Hey folks, welcome back to the cabin. Unfortunately, this past week I lost my father. He had been battling some health issues, and that's why I haven't produced a video in a while, if you haven't noticed. He had liver failure, congestive heart failure, and kidney failure. And so the last couple of weeks, I thought the best thing that we could do with our time is we spent our time with him and had a lot of great conversations with him and shared memories and things like that. And then all the way up to the end, the night before he passed, the family was able to meet with him, and we were able to tell him that we loved him and say our goodbyes. This changes things for me this fall. I was going to do my deer hunting up here. You know, recently we built the meat pole and all that good stuff, and funeral's going to be coming up, so I think we're going to probably hunt in the southern part of the state, at least for regular gun hunting, but I will get back up for black powder hunting. I'd like to spend a time up here just to reorganize my thoughts and to just come to peace with everything that's happened the last couple weeks. So my wife Margaret came up here with me, and we are going to go ahead and we're going to winterize the cabin. I'll talk with you a little bit in this video on how our solar has worked this year, and give you some heads up if you're thinking about using solar at your cabin. Some things that you can check into. I did make one mistake when I set up my solar. I got to tell you, this solar's worked out, I think better than what we could expect, but I made one small mistake when I picked our battery bank. So let's go in the cabin and I'll show you what we're doing. All right, so this is the solar system that we had picked. Now we've used this now for a half a year, or a little bit better than that, ever since the spring. This is an MPP solar unit or model number LV2424. It's 24 volt. I've reduced all my lights in the cabin are all still 12 volt, and this is just a reducer to reduce my power from 24 to 12. I love this unit. It has given us more energy than we know what to do with. I've got a Chins 24 volt battery, and it's a lithium ion battery, and it has an equivalency of, like, I think it was 9 AGM batteries. And the battery has been phenomenal. The only thing that I screwed up on is when I purchased the battery, I thought that this battery came with heating pads inside of it, so I would never have to worry about my battery bank. If you're a long-term subscriber, you know last year that was the thing that I was battling with my old solar setup, is I did have an AGM battery, which is better in cold, but I was having problems with it. So it's just something told me that I should go back through my paperwork and read about this Chins battery that I have. And it's been phenomenal. It's given us all the power we needed. But the one thing that I screwed up on is the one that I ordered. It was an expensive unit. I think it was like $1,700 or $1,800 for this battery. It did not include the heating pads in it. And so that's my fault. So what I'm going to do is, we talked about alternatives. This coming up season, this coming up year, I think I'm going to go ahead and put propane into the cabin. I'm going to put in a wall heater. And then when we're not here at the cabin, I'd like to heat this cabin to a minimum temperature, say like 50 degrees or something of that nature, just so that I can leave the battery bank here in the cabin and we don't have to worry about moving the battery back and forth. And then, you know, we've talked all year long about doing this bathhouse off the back of the cabin, and we are making some progression on that. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to extend the cabin longer and put a bigger room back there that we can use for a bathhouse, an indoor bathroom, and then we'll also probably store our refrigerator. back in there. So that's all things that we have to look forward to this upcoming season. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this battery. We just did a day trip. With everything that's happened in my life, I don't have the time right now to spend at the cabin. It's more important for me to be at home obviously with my mom and my family. So I will bring this battery. I'll transport it back and forth with me when I am staying at the cabin. And then that way it can always be in a warm environment and I don't have to worry about doing any damage to the battery. Okay guys, so this is the battery. You can see one guy, I can easily lift it. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and set it in the truck, and then I'll do a couple of quick checks on the land, and yeah, we'll get going. So one of the cool features that we have here up at the cabin is I did drive my own Sandpoint well. This is a pitcher pump that we use for getting all of our water out of, and I don't want this to freeze and to cause damage. So to hold vacuum, I put in a ball valve here. We're going to go ahead and open this ball valve, and then after we open a ball valve, I'll simply just go ahead and leave this handle up, and that's all we do to winterize it.
While Carl is out walking in the woods, I'm just going to clean this up and we're going to get it ready to take home. So this is what we've used for our water heater, and it has been a saving grace, especially after a hard day's work. And it is Base Camp Outdoor Systems, and it has a lithium battery inside to power the electronics, and then you also have to hook up propane. And we've used it as our shower, and yeah, I'm just going to clean that up. Oh, and one little thing that I didn't realize had on it was a spout, so I could have hot water in the kitchen without boiling it first. So yeah, we'll be doing a lot more of that next year. So yeah, we're going to take this home, clean it up, and keep it safe so we can have warm showers next spring.
So on the back part of our property, I don't know if you caught this or not in the last video that I did, but I did a panoramic view of the woods, and as I swung through the trees, I stopped on a birch tree. And I'm sure many of you already know about this, but one huge thing here in the North Woods that a lot of people believe in is chaga. And this is a birch tree right here that I've got. And you can see right here we have a healthy growth of chaga. This is a fungus that grows on birch trees, and what we'll do is, this one's already getting kind of old. I should probably do something with it, but I'm gonna go ahead and oh, it feels good. The sun's finally coming out. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off later on, and I'll process some of that underneath this black hard scale. It's a real deep rich red, and you make it into a tea, and that tea has all sorts of wonderful medicinal values. My wife is probably going to kill me for sharing this with you guys, but I'm taking you to another part of our property that's way deep in the woods. And if it sounds like I'm out of breath, it's because I am. I just walked up a huge monster hill, and we always thought, wouldn't it be beautiful to put our next cabin here? And let me know what your thoughts are. I think we're going to clear out some of these maples that are in here, and I'll bring a little mini excavator, and way up on top of the hill, the crown of the hill, is where we're thinking of putting our next cabin. And this one I'd like to clear out a few more trees and give our solar a little bit better view of the sun. So it feels great to get up here, even if it's only for a day. I love to walk the land this time of year, because without the leaves or the undergrowth, you can get a lot better view of what you're working with. So that's what we're leaning towards. And, you know, we're thinking, get a view today while we're up here and look at everything that this land has to offer. And once we take a look at it now with all the leaves off and everything out of our way, we can get a much more realistic idea of what would be best for the cabin, where we can set the next cabin that we build. And I don't know if that's going to be this coming up year or if it'll be a little further in the future, but we have been saving money for it. All of the YouTube money that people donate, whether it be through the super like button or the funds that I earn off YouTube, which isn't much, but it's something. We've been saving that for these last 2 years that I've been doing YouTube, and we're going to use those funds to start this next cabin project. So we'll see. It all depends on how good the channel does. But yeah, I'm excited. We got some beautiful area up here, and we're excited to see what this winter is going to bring. It looks like it's going to be another great year. You think of anything else we need to do? I did the Sandpoint well. You got the water heater. The solar's all packed away. And so we're all set. This is going to be, I know, just a short video.
The year went by really fast.
But yeah, time went by so fast this year, and
a lot happens.
Yeah, with everything that happened in our life, you know, with my dad getting sick and everything else, just time got away from us. But next year will be a new year, and I'm pretty excited for it. And of course, we'll be back up here during the winter, and we'll share that stuff with you. One regret that I have, a video that I wanted to do with you, is I wanted to go back and visit the falls again, so that you guys could see what it's like during the summer months, because it's really green, tropical, and pretty there. And that's kind of a family favorite thing that we always do. But all right, well, thank you so much for joining us this week. We appreciate you guys' support, especially through these rough times. And just know that I am going to still make videos and stuff. This has just been a little temporary break that we've needed to take to get family matters all wrapped up and to take care of things at home. We'll catch you next time on Carl's Off the Grid.